For 65 years, the Center for Hearing and Speech has been fortunate to have visionary, bold, and determined friends. Each of them leaves a legacy of leadership by giving their time, expertise, and love to help the center accomplish its goals. We would not be where we are today without these devoted supporters. Tonight, we honor and celebrate 3 individuals who helped move the center forward: Maria Oden Duffy, John McDonald, and Steve Mortenson. When John McDonald gives you his word, you can take it to the bank. Having founded his own firm of CPAs, John carved out part of his time to lend his professional guidance and personal integrity to the center. John has served as an exceptional steward of the center's financial and human resources.
I was first introduced to the Center for Hearing and Speech by my good friend and fellow honoree, Steve Mortenson. Steve brought me to the center for a tour in hopes that I would make a donation after I was able to see firsthand what the center does. My most poignant memory from that first tour was seeing the cochlear implant processor being removed from a child's ear and seeing their first reaction. They had such an empty, sad look on their face when the processor was removed, but when it was put back on, they were so cheerful, animated, and inquisitive. It was like night and day. That experience had such a profound impact on me that I knew I needed to become more involved. Steve brought me to the center that day, hoping I would become a donor, but my emotional reaction was so strong that I became a board member and lifelong supporter instead.
Well, Via Colori, as most of you probably know, is our street painting festival that we do each and every fall. Natalie, the head of our development committee, was the one that brought that to our attention. Here we were, a couple of engineers from the oil and gas world, listening to Natalie tell us about this bright idea on how we were going to sell squares on pavement in downtown Houston. You can tell from my tone that I wasn't quite so sure this program was going to work. But to John's credit, he actually saw that there was a lot of opportunity associated with this event, could really put a name for ourselves at the center, and really was the one that took the risk and asked the board to really consider it, give it in a positive light, and we actually went forward with it.
I'm as proud of Via Colori as I can be. It's been so tremendous to see that event just grow and grow over the past 6 years. Via Colori has raised a staggering $1.7 million for programs and services at the center, which is phenomenal, but you cannot put a price tag on the invaluable exposure that the center has gained through the event. Via Colori has been more successful than we ever could have imagined, and I'm just thrilled to have been part of its inception.
A lecturer at Rice University, Maria Oden Duffy frequently travels to undeveloped countries looking for bioengineering projects for her students to tackle. Because she is also a mother of 4, we're not sure how she found time to serve as our chairman of the board, but we know why she did.
Our family originally came to the Center for Hearing and Speech when our daughter was 15 months old. We were moving from the Boston area, and we knew that our daughter had a hearing loss. We would not have moved to Houston had the Center for Hearing and Speech not been here, because it was so important to us to be able to provide our daughter with the education she needed to learn how to talk and communicate with us with speech. The center means many things to our family. First of all, when I think of the Center for Hearing and Speech, I think about the gift that has been given to our child, the gift of speech. The second thing I think about is the amazing staff, teachers, therapists, all who work together with smiles on their face every single day and cheering each child's advancement as they learn how to talk.
Thank you, Mommy, for helping kids like me to hear.
Working alongside Maria was and is really a delight. She is a lights-out smart, wonderful, and dedicated volunteer, and someone with whom I share a lot in common. We are both parents of hearing-impaired daughters, although there's a little age difference there. She came in as a dedicated parent, joined our board, and has stayed with us and rising to the position of chairman of the board.
When I was originally on the board of directors, the Center for Hearing and Speech was located at the corner of Shepherd and West Dallas under a long-term lease with the City of Houston. And while that was a very long-term arrangement, it also was not particularly secure because the center didn't own their own land. The opportunity to purchase and enacting this purchase allows the center to have the kind of security they need to be able to just turn their focus directly onto the children and continue doing the incredible work that they do.
There is a void in our honoree tribute this evening because of the absence of Steve Mortenson, who passed away last December. Steve Mortenson was a toasted marshmallow, kind of tough and crusty on the outside, but soft and sweet on the inside. Steve made an outstanding board member and later foundation trustee. Never one to pull his punches and brutally frank, Steve was formidable in a meeting or an interview. If you paid attention, you could learn a lot from him through his fearless, probing, and insightful questioning. He took his responsibilities seriously and always looked for ways to help the center. He frequently brought people over to the center so they could see what a difference it made in the lives of children with hearing impairment. Steve loved our children more than any other person I know. He asked that our foundation meetings be moved from a trustee's office back to the center because he never, ever missed a chance to go into our school and observe the children. Just seeing them reminded him that they deserved every opportunity the center could give them and why his work for the center was important. Having no children of his own, the center's kids became Steve's kids. The center is stronger because of the selfless service of Steve Mortenson.